The internet loves to sell you the idea of passive income. Books push it, courses promise it, and finance bros literally shout it from stages and YouTube ads. Buy a rental property, the tenant will pay off the mortgage, or buy dividend stocks and they'll pay you forever. Or my favorite, write an ebook, publish it online, and watch the money roll in. Sounds simple, too simple. But here's the truth. Passive income is a lie. It's an exaggerated lie. Nothing is 100% passive, absolutely nothing. Not real estate, not stocks, not digital products, and obviously not businesses. Yes, some income streams are less active than a 9 to 5, but none are truly effortless. And if you believe otherwise, you're setting yourself up for disappointment, or worse, you're setting yourself up to be scammed by someone who sells you this idea of passive income. I was watching this ad on YouTube where this guy was selling you the idea of passive income through ebooks. You write an ebook once, you upload it once, and the money starts flowing in. But here's what really happens. Before you even make a dollar, you spend months researching and writing. You can't just write about anything. You need a product idea based on real demand. That usually comes from years of experience or from studying your market until you know what people actually want. And then you spend your time learning the tech, the software, the formatting, your distribution. You pay for covers, the ISBN numbers, the platform. And then you learn marketing because books don't sell themselves. And you set up email lists, ads, landing pages, and you keep records, file taxes, and fight off piracy. Does that sound passive to you? Because to me, it sounds like a business, a real business. Next, let's talk about real estate. We can't talk about passive income and not talk about real estate. And this one, again, is one of my favorites because 9 out of 10 times people calling real estate passive income either don't own real estate or they're selling you a course. Here's the pitch. Buy a rental property and the tenant will pay off the loan and you get passive income. Man, that sounds lovely, but ask a landlord if it feels passive and most will laugh at you. Here's what they'll tell you. Tenants don't always pay on time. Then tenants sometimes don't pay the rent for months. Ask me how I know. Then toilets can flood at 2 a.m. on a long weekend. Again, ask me how I know. And property taxes can go up. Laws can change. And yes, you can hire a property manager, but that's not free. They take around 10% of your rent, and you're still responsible for the big headaches like evictions, vacancies, and repairs. And don't forget about the upfront costs, the down payments, the closing costs, renovations, insurance, permits, legal fees. Real estate, if run correctly, is a business. You may not be swinging a hammer every day, but you're still managing risk, you're managing stress, and you are managing cash flow. It's less work than a 9 to 5 for sure. It's way less work than a 9 to 5, but it's not entirely passive. Now let's talk about dividend stocks. Here's the pitch. Buy dividend stocks and they pay you passive income forever. This is the free dividend fallacy where people think they're just getting free money without realizing that dividends are payouts from profits and profits can shrink, and when profits shrink, dividends get cut. Even strong, reliable companies have slashed their dividends in recessions. Dividend ETFs are not immune to this either. They drop too when the underlying companies struggle. Dividend ETFs have also massively underperformed the overall market. And here's the math. If a dividend yields 3%, you need over $1.6 million invested to earn about $50,000 a year. That does not happen by accident. That's decades of saving, investing, and reinvesting. And once you get there, you can't just forget about it. You have to monitor your holdings. You have to monitor the payout ratio, and you have to see how the overall market is doing. And if you need to adjust your stocks, your bonds, your asset allocation, your withdrawal rates, and whether you need to adjust for tax laws. It's way less work than a 9 to 5. Way less. And it's perhaps the closest thing we have to passive income. But again, you can't just set it and forget it forever. Also, most quote-unquote passive income is just leveraged active income. What looks like effortless today is usually a result of a huge amount of effort in the past, carefully front-loaded and stretched out over time. What I'm saying is, earning enough to live off of dividends requires decades of working, saving, investing, and reinvesting. And once you hit $1 million+ portfolio, yes, the dividend starts coming in without you lifting a finger, but that's not magic. It's the compound effect of years of active work building that capital. Even online businesses, which are a big thing these days, are machines that you build and then maintain. You front load the energy to create the products, set up systems, hire staff, automate your processes, and once everything is in place, you can step back a bit. But again, what you're really enjoying is the leverage of your past activity, not some mythical money fountain that runs without effort. So active work builds assets, and those assets create cash flow, and over time the effort feels invisible because you're no longer in the trenches every day. But don't confuse leverage with passivity. Passive income is just active income stretched across time and and systems. And one thing people forget when they dream about passive income is that money never flows without risk. Every stream, no matter how polished or set it and forget it looks on paper, comes with some form of risk. Passive does not mean safe, so don't confuse passive income with zero risk. Take real estate, for example. The gurus love to talk about cash flow and appreciation, but they never talk about vacancies. What happens when the tenant leaves and it takes you, let's say, 3 months to find a new one? The mortgage still needs to be paid. And worse, what if you get a nightmare tenant who does not pay, trash the place, and you're stuck in the court for months fighting off an eviction? That passive income quickly becomes negative cash flow and legal stress. Even dividends, which seem rock solid, are not immune to this. GE, if you remember, was once considered a forever stock, and it slashed its dividend down to a penny. Entire industries like banks in 2008 or energy companies during oil crisis have pulled the rug from under investors who thought they were collecting reliable checks for life. The point is that passive income does not mean protected income. The moment you put money in the world, you expose it to risk. Sometimes those risks are manageable, sometimes they're unpredictable, but they're always there. And people selling you the dream conveniently leave that part out because it does not sell courses. If we're being honest, the only thing that even comes close to true passive income is Social Security. After you hit a certain age, the check starts coming in and you don't really have to manage tenants, you don't have to update ads or check payout ratios. But even that is front-loaded by decades of active work, years and years of paying payroll taxes out of every paycheck. You and your employer contributed to the system for an entire career before you even saw a dime back. So yes, you are collecting later in life, but only after 30 or 40 years of active contributions. And then there's the uncertainty. Social Security is under constant pressure. The trust fund is projected to run into shortages, and younger generations openly question whether it will even exist by the time they retire. So that does not sound like a safe or effortless income stream to me. So even the closest thing we have to true passive income is not really passive. It's just a government-managed, leveraged active income built on a lifetime of front-loaded effort. So if passive income is a lie, what is the alternative? Systems. Systems reduce risk. Systems reduce effort. They don't erase it, they just reduce it. So stop chasing the zero effort. That's la la land, at least in the real world. Active work builds asset, those assets generate income, and over time that income feels passive. But once again, don't be fooled. It's only passive because of years of effort that you don't see. None of it started passive. It only became semi-passive later on. A few years ago, dropshipping was the hot new trend. The whole setup was messy from the start, and if you remember, dropshipping gurus filled Instagram and TikTok with Lambos, or should I say rented Lambos. The promise that you could earn 6 figures selling avocado slicers online. And one of the worst was a group called Wi-Fi Money. Maybe you remember them. They sold done for you Amazon and Walmart stores, but then they were sued, and at least 60 people in Nebraska paid tens of thousands of dollars, and their stores obviously never worked and customers lost money. So when you hear passive income, recognize it for what it really is: leveraged active income that looks passive later on. There's nothing wrong with building assets that compound over time and reduce how much you need to work, but don't be fooled by those selling you shortcuts that don't really exist in the real world.